Welcome, friends, haters, gentle lovers, and feeders. Join me as we experience together the most bafflingly interesting person on the internet. On today's episode, Amberlynn Reed does basically nothing. Hello, my friends. So Amberlynn uploaded, and we're going to get to that in a second, but as you can see, we're going to do bingo again today. And I don't plan on doing bingo like every week forever. I think just right now, I'm taking advantage of her current schedule because on Mondays, she's doing her longer vlog and they're usually like 30 minutes long. So there's much more of a chance of getting a lot of bingo squares. So just for the time being, while she's doing her long vlogs, I think bingo will be fun and it'll be a good way to fill up bingo cards. So, but in the future, I'll probably slow it down and won't do it nearly as much. But anyway, I just figure we'll take advantage of it while we can. And if you'd like to play along, there's a link in the description and you can just go there and it will generate a random bingo card. And right now it's just for fun, but just let me know if you get a bingo. Let's just see what she has to say today. She says, I can't fit in the shower. This is why I'm quitting and dispelling the rumors. This is all victim stuff, right? She's going to prove that she can fit in the shower because the thumbnail was actually her standing in the shower. Quitting, maybe her diet, I don't know. There's no telling what that's going to be. She's sort of clickbaiting with that. And then dispelling the rumors, which, of course, there are 1,000 rumors at any given moment, so it could be anything. I don't know. Let's find out. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not going to lie.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another weekly vlog. You guys, I have been enjoying weekly vlogging so much. I have genuinely been enjoying the structure and
already off to a good start. Genuinely. Oh, I forgot to get the free space. All right.
routine of my new YouTube schedule. And I know a lot of people have actually enjoyed it too. You guys have been messaging me on Instagram, letting me know. And I appreciate it so much because I love it. I love a routine, especially a routine that I enjoy. So I literally just filmed my weigh-in video. So now I need to spend time.
All right, I'm going to count that. She says mentions weigh-in. I mean, she said weigh-in. So here we go.
To edit that so I can get it scheduled so it can go up tomorrow. Also, by the way, originally when I was going to do these weekly vlogs, it was going to be Monday to Sunday. But I realized in the last 2 weeks that it's going to be Tuesday to Sunday because Monday I'm taking off from literally every.
What difference does it make? Every day is exactly the same for her. Like, why would she ever think that we would need to know, like, what specific days are in her vlog? Like, Tuesday did nothing. Wednesday did nothing. Nothing happens. So you could just say it's any day. Nobody knows and nobody cares.
Everything besides therapy because those are when I have my therapy appointments. But like, I don't do social media on Monday. I don't want to edit. I don't want to film. I don't want to do anything like that because Tuesday to Sunday, I am filming every day. I'm editing every day. I'm doing something YouTube related. So I figured I need one day where I don't do that.
She is really trying to push this narrative like she's a hardworking girl that works 8 hours a day, you know, and just needs that one day off. It's just tough out here, you know. But given the amount of effort put into her videos and the length of her videos, she does not work more than, and I say this all the time, but she doesn't work more than an hour or so a day. So this is just bullshit, the fact that she needs a day off. And here's the thing, I don't care if she takes a day off, you know, that's fine. Just shut the fuck up about it. You don't need to pretend like you're so overworked that you need a day off. Just don't work that day. Honestly, nobody would even know. Nobody cares.
So those are Mondays. I just wanted to let everyone know. Okay, guys, so I'm getting ready for my live stream, but there's something that I have to do. I'll be right back. Hello. So I'm ready for my live stream, looking cute as ever.
Yeah, see, she's trying to make this thing last even longer, and you can tell it just bugs the shit out of her. And I love, you know, something that I didn't mention whenever she talked about Erica and Brittany or whatever, which again, I don't really give a shit about all that. I don't really want to talk about it other than to say, I thought it was crazy that she said that Erica cheated on her with her own wife.
I also have every reason to be pissed off that someone who was my long distance girlfriend lied to me, cheated on me, betrayed me, gave me false hope, gave me a whole false narrative for almost a year.
That was really crazy sauce, right? That she would say something like that. And for some reason, it didn't register when she said it, but that's wild.
And just remember, you can join and be a stream queen. Just press the little join button for $10 a month.
Okay, so I'm not going to be watching her lives anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. But when I did watch them, I had a sort of roundabout way of watching them where I didn't have to pay for it. And I'm not going to explain how, but I didn't know her memberships to watch the lives were $10 a month. That's bonkers. I can't believe people are paying that much. I thought it was like $3 or $5, but $10? God, what is wrong with people? That was cringe. That was like real cringe.
Okay, so I am going to have 2 White Claws. They're 100 calories each, which I recently found out this is water. It's literally spiked sparkling water. I had no idea. Don't be alarmed. I also wanted to match with it. You'd think I was drunk right now. I'm not. I just wanted to match, okay? I knew I was wearing pink. I knew I was gonna have the black cherry. This is left over from weeks and weeks ago. So
Yeah.
I do have...
Yeah, I'm sure that White Claw was left over from weeks and weeks ago. Okay.
Have 2 of them, and I just wanted my eyeshadow to match. I know, that's weird. So I am never late to my live stream, and I keep clicking this, which I always click this because obviously to go live, it needs to use my camera and microphone. It's not working. So then I click this top one. It's not working. Oh my God. I am super anxious. I don't know what's happening. I've never been late. I don't know what to do. Like, how do I fix this? Like, I'm so confused. Okay, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, and I feel really bad about it.
Now, maybe she did do this, and maybe she'll say something about it, but I mean, just refresh it, you know? Like, reload the page. That's usually what works. And just so you know, this is going to make me sound really stupid, but it is actually harder than you'd think to like pay attention to what she's saying and try to see through her bullshit and to pay attention to the bingo card like at the same time. I know you're doing it too, but it's hard, you guys.
But I figured it out. I don't know why, but I had to close a couple tabs. I had like a Telfar tab open, and the minute I closed that, I was able to do it. I don't know why, but there is a Telfar bag that I really wanted, but it's already sold out. I'm like, girl, what?
Riveting. I'm so glad that we know that. You know, that was really important information that there was a bag that she wanted, and then she's not going to get it. Cool, cool, cool.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Oh, she missed an opportunity to do the hello. Is anyone home?
Hello? Is anyone home? The hectic, fat-phobic things that I do for this channel. But hello, it is the...
Yet she will say all day long that she doesn't care what anybody says about her and she ignores the haters. And like, did you need to do that? If somebody said you can't fit in the shower, just ignore them. Like, if you know you can, then who cares?
The next day. And I know I have a little thingy that says next day, but I like to say it out loud for those who are literally just using me as white noise if you're like cleaning, doing things, you know?
And if you are doing that, if you're like enjoying Amberlynn Reed as like a podcast, I don't think you and I would get along.
So I actually just filmed, edited, and scheduled my Let's Talk video. So I have been working for hours. It was a very rocky Let's Talk video. There was some drama, there was some tea, there was some anxiety, there was some crying, there was some...
Yeah, I mean, that's that AI voice that you send to yourself asking you about your adoption and telling you you're cute. Yeah, man, that's tough.
Sincerity.
Sincerity. Amberlynn Reed just said that there was some sincerity in her video. Okay. And something that just kind of dawned on me, you know, her Let's Talk videos are a little longer than usual, but the others, like the weigh in and the let's eat or whatever, those are still just filming a couple minutes at a time, and there's really not much editing involved. But the Let's Talks actually are a little longer than most, and they are edited more than, you know, the rest of them and stuff. So on those days, on the days that she films and edits the Let's Talks, she probably spends a little more time on those than the others. So I will give her a little bit of credit on those days, but even then, even with those longer videos, the max that she could be spending on those is just a couple hours, like 2 or 3 hours maybe.
There was all of it. All right, you guys, so I'm currently cooking some dinner, and I wonder if Girl World will implode when they find out. All of these potatoes is only 320 calories. Yep, that's it. Okay, you guys, so I want to vent, I want to talk, I want to express my feelings and thoughts. I'm probably going to talk about this in my What I Ate Today video, which I'm filming tomorrow, but it's not going up until Saturday. And I know not everyone watches every single video of mine, so I might rant about it here.
All right, we got Eats Food.
So we have some lean steak, we have some potatoes, and I made some corn with Brussels sprouts, like yum. So as you guys saw, I had a little joking clip before this about potatoes. These potatoes are so low calorie. That whole container is literally just 320 calories. It literally says it on the nutrition label. Oh my God, you guys.
So I will say, honestly, I'm kind of surprised because I assumed that she just got those little potatoes and like put butter and oil and crap on them. But I'm also not surprised that she was too lazy to do that. She already got it like pre-made, like potatoes that already have all the crap on them. So okay, fair enough. I will give credit where it's due. Like she at least is somewhat accurate on the calories for those specific potatoes because they already come pre-seasoned and everything. But I am also just not surprised at all that she's too lazy to do it herself. Whatever work she can cut out, she'll do it.
Make corn and Brussels sprouts in a pan with your preferred seasonings. Cook it. Holy shit, chef's kiss. So I'm gonna stop talking about calories. Yes, I am. I'm counting calories, measuring my food, but every single time I talk about calories, people are like, nope, that's not real. Even though it's literally on the label right in front of my face. 80 calories for so-and-so amount of grams.
The problem is that her portion sizes are way out of whack. So she's either lying about how many calories there are or she's measuring wrong because she will have a meal that is enough food for 3 people and say it's 600 calories or 700 calories or whatever. And it's like, something about this is not right. You know, like we out here can't pinpoint it because we can't see exactly and can't measure it and all that stuff. But clearly something is not adding up. So even if you can read a nutrition label, and even if you can see like, oh, this is how much for how many servings and stuff, what we're saying is you're either lying about how many servings you're eating or your measurements are just way off or something because your portion sizes are way too big. Now, in her last Eat With Me or Let's Eat or whatever it was called, she was eating leftovers of this stuff. I don't think this is all she made because I would bet money she ate all of this, what's on her plate. So I think she probably made enough that, you know, she probably made some specifically for leftovers. But she doesn't like being told that what she's doing is wrong, but it is clearly wrong. The fact that a 500 plus, almost 600 pound woman can say, I know how to count calories. What do you think I'm stupid? You know, like something is not adding up. You're doing something wrong or you wouldn't be here.
I weigh it right in front of me. I'm just like being gaslit and it's actually triggering me.
Oh man, I missed gaslit. The good news is I still wouldn't have gotten a bingo unless I also missed et cetera, but I knew I was going to miss something. And I thought it was funny. Somebody made a comment that said, so are you weighing your food at bingo? Because she gave the calories of her bingo food. How did she come up with those calories? I mean, I cannot imagine a bingo hall having the calories posted on the menu, right? I just don't see that happening. So I just don't think she's being as truthful or accurate as she claims or thinks, you know?
I feel like a large amount of people are doing it just to be bothersome, just to do the opposite of whatever I say.
Yeah, you think? It's almost like people enjoy trolling you because you always react. Weird how that happens, isn't it? How it's happened every video, every day for the past 12 years, and you still don't get it? What an idiot. Of course people are doing it just to mess with you. And it works every time. Look at this. You're getting triggered. You know that old saying, don't feed the trolls. Amberlynn Reed's trolls are freaking the size of Amberlynn at this point. You know what I mean? Like they are eating good because she just feeds them constantly. And that's okay. I'm here for it. You keep it coming, girl.
I hate it more than anything in the world. So when I'm doing it, I do it accurately. And to have a bunch of people like look at my plate and assume they can just like guesstimate with their mind and measure it with their mind and assume they know how many calories it is, like it's triggering for me. For some people.
You know, and I said this last time, but she can think she's accurate all she wants. That doesn't make it accurate, right? That doesn't make it true. She can be doing it wrong and not realize it. 100% her problem is the portion sizes. And also the fact that she's eating a lot more than she's showing. You know, that's honestly the bottom line is she is lying because she is eating far more than she's telling us she's eating. She is still getting bigger. She's bigger now than she was a week or two ago. And somebody else pointed out that her hair, the way she's wearing it now, she usually wears it like in a bun or whatever until you stop being able to see her ears, right? When her face gets big enough that her ears start disappearing, she starts wearing her hair down like this so you can't see it.
People like having their body talked about is triggering. Or for some people, like say you're like sitting in a room and you're on a diet and you're eating like a little tiny cupcake and like someone comes up to you and they're just like, aren't you on a diet? Like, why are you eating a cupcake? Like that could be super triggering for people.
So this is what I mean when I say she mistakes normal feelings for like mental disorders. She is saying when I'm on a diet and somebody comes up and says, hey, I thought you were on a diet, it triggers me. So here's the thing. When I started losing weight, first of all, I didn't tell anybody. That was kind of other than my wife. I told my wife I was going to start going to the gym and stuff like that. But I didn't say anything about my diet changes or anything like that. And after a while, people kind of caught on because they saw that I was ordering healthier stuff or I was eating less and all that stuff. So at some point, we were actually at Disney World, oddly enough, and we were all getting lunch, and I got something that I probably shouldn't be eating, right? I was on vacation, and I kind of splurged. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have, I can't remember. It was like a cheeseburger and fries or whatever. And my mom, trying to be helpful, was like, are you sure? And it kind of pissed me off. Like, I've gotten to this point. I know what I'm doing, and it pissed me off, right? But once I kind of thought about it for a minute, I realized she was just trying to help. But that's not the point. The point is, I felt a normal feeling of sort of, I don't know, righteous indignation, I guess. And I recognized it for what it was. And that happens to everybody. Anybody who ever goes on a diet and a friend or family member says, hey, should you be eating that? And it's really none of their business. And, but they are just trying to help. It just kind of rubs us the wrong way, especially family members. So it's just a normal feeling. And yeah, it's a feeling that sucks. And I think that's the problem with Amberlynn is when she feels something that she doesn't like, she blows it out of proportion. It's such a big deal because she doesn't like that feeling, but she'll never really understand that everybody feels these feelings.
In the same sense of like so many people coming at me thinking they know how many calories is on my plate when they literally don't. And it's every single time I mention calories. Every single time. Like I saw a comment where I literally had like 160 calories worth of potato on my plate and someone's like, that's 1,000 calories. I'm over here just like, what is happening? And then the steak is...
And in the last Let's Talk where she was answering questions from her supporters, she was answering questions from Amberbot, and one of them asked, like, how are you so strong? How do you do it with so much hate? I just couldn't handle that much hate. And she's like, just growing up the way I did with a really difficult childhood made me so strong that I just don't know how I do it. I just don't know.
I genuinely don't know how I do it. And I know that's such an annoying answer, but like so many people ask, like, how do you do this? How do you have the confidence? Like, how do you handle the hate? Like, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. And I hate that that's my answer because I want to give something more in depth. A part of me blames it on my childhood, like, because I went through so much. So I had to be strong at such an early age. Because it's like, if I didn't go through all that crap that made me have strength, I don't know if I'd be able to handle all this other stuff.
And yet she spends all her time doing this kind of stuff, complaining about what people are saying about her. Girl, you are about as thin-skinned as you can be. There's no criticism that you won't freak out about.
This is a good example. Some steaks have more calories than other steaks. This is a lean steak. So the calories in this are a lot lower versus the calories that would be in a steak that had a higher fat content. But you don't know that just by looking at my plate. So I don't really want to rant about all of this in my What I Ate Today video.
I mean, she's an expert. That's why she's lost so much weight. But overall, generally speaking, steak is actually pretty good. If you're on a diet, steak is a good choice most of the time. Even if it's not lean and all that stuff, relatively speaking, steak's a pretty good choice.
I kind of just want my What I Ate Today video just to be strictly that. I am going to mention it briefly that I will not be sharing calories in it because it's triggering for me, but I'm not really going to go into detail why. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand. And I'm telling you right now, I think one of my favorite vegetables is a Brussels sprout. If it's cooked right, this little guy right here, he knows what he's doing. So leftovers for tomorrow. So I'll probably be eating this in my What I Ate Today video tomorrow.
Okay, no, she absolutely 100% made enough for leftovers. There is no way on this earth that she only ate, because that's like most of what she just had on her plate, right? There's There are at least 10 potatoes there that I can see. And you're telling me, oh, come on. There's maybe 14 or 15 potatoes there on her plate. So you're telling me she only ate like 3 or 4 more, 5 more? She wants you to believe that she eats this way, that she eats just a little bit, leaves enough for leftovers, and then eats that the next day. Like, if that was the case, you wouldn't be here. She really just thinks her audience is as stupid as they can possibly be.
Yum. So I really quickly just want to mention that the rumors that are being spread about my mom's fiance, my stepdad.
Oh, talks about her mom. I hope I haven't missed any. If I've missed one, somebody is commenting like, you forgot this one. And that sucks because I really want a bingo, but...
Dad are not true, and it's not okay. Leave my mom out of it and leave him out of it because it's not fair. I understand hating me. I understand disliking me.
Oh, so she's talking about when Erica posted that, I don't know, a community post or like a comment or something that said that Amberlynn's stepdad or mom's fiance is being like real creepy towards her and like putting his hand on her leg and flirting with her and stuff like that. And I'm guessing that's because Amber told Erica that, right? Which wouldn't surprise me because she has claimed lots of people have done stuff like that. And she's called it SA. You know, she has claimed SA when it really wasn't. And then later said, well, I didn't mean like SA. You know, you would call it harassment, but I like to call it assault, you know.
And when I said that they would SA me, when I use the A word, assault, I consider harassment as an assault.
Because that's just how I roll. Because I am unique. But yeah, that's what she's talking about. And honestly, I don't think anybody really cared all that much other than, you know, it's been mentioned in a few videos and people were like, yeah, that's creepy and he's kind of weird. But I think then people moved on. Again, if Amber would just let it go, it would die down pretty quickly.
You love the drama involving me. There's enough to go around, but leave them out of it. Like, that's my family. Please. I talked about it more, obviously, in my members live stream, but it's...
She does not understand. This is not going to help. In fact, this is going to make it worse. If you show the trolls, if you show people what bothers you, that's like just showing the open wound so that they can stab it. You know what I mean? Like, they're just ready for you to show some kind of vulnerability to attack it. That's what they want. So this is going to make things worse for her, 100%. And the crazy thing is, this would have gone nowhere. I had forgotten about it. You know, I don't think anybody was talking about it anymore. It had been mentioned for a day or two and then moved on, but she had to talk about it.
It's not cool and it's not okay. I don't fuck with people bothering my family. Like, that's the one thing where I've always drawn the line and I take it to heart the most. I didn't have family my whole life.
What are you going to do about it? You know, like, I don't fuck with people doing that. Like, she's acting all tough. Like, she's going to, I don't know, what does she think she's going to do? Even if, which obviously this would never happen. And obviously I don't recommend ever touching the poo, right? Don't talk to Amber or go try to find her or anything. But even if somebody met her in person, what the fuck would she do? Like, shut up. You are not some big tough guy. Just honestly, just be quiet. Just leave it alone.
And now that I do have family in my life, I cannot let the internet ruin that. Like, this whole situation is literally so freaking dumb, like, genuinely, and I want no part of it.
Okay, so I have repeat of another bingo square because she said genuinely twice. So now I get to get this one because it repeated. I mean, this is the audience that she has created. If I could ask her one question and like force her to be honest about it, I would ask her, why is it that you think out of the tens of thousands of creators on YouTube, you know, there are a handful, relatively speaking, that are generally just hated, right? Far more hated than loved. Why do you think you are in that group? Because she is, whether she likes it or not, she is in the group of YouTubers that are hated far more than they're loved. But she'll never ask herself why. You know, she has created this world on the internet for herself where this stuff happens. But she'll never think to herself, like, why is that? I wonder why somebody like, you know, Jack's Films or or like gaming YouTubers like Aztecross or Grenader Jake, and even a lot of the reaction channels are far more loved than they're hated. So what is it about you specifically that makes you so hated? Whether you like it or not, this is your life on the internet. If you bring a family member or somebody into your story, they are part of the story now. And unfortunately, they are fair game. I'm not saying it's good or fair or okay. It shouldn't be this way, but you should know by now that once they are in the mix, people will find out who they are, find out about them, especially if you start talking to people, right? If you go and tell Erica that your stepdad is doing whatever, like, I mean, I don't know, man. You create this for yourself.
In it, and neither does my family. So I'm letting it be known that this will never be spoken about on my channel again. I also will never ever be speaking about Erica and Brittany ever again from this point on. And this is also something else that this is the last time I'm going to speak on, which is the revenge corn thing, which is happening again. I'm not going to talk about this publicly ever again, but this is non-consensual sharing of intimate or sexual images.
So it kind of depends. I looked up a few laws that had to do with revenge corn, and generally speaking, in most places, as long as there's no actual nudity, then it's not really considered revenge corn, unless there's like sexual acts or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it has to be, and that's where there's kind of a gray area, right? You like, there are some that don't show nudity that you could argue are, but it just kind of depends. So, you know, obviously I don't want to know what's in these pictures at all, but I'll be interested to see if she's about to say she's going to get the law involved.
It's a violation of my privacy, and it is a form of sexual harassment. So doing this it's often used as shame, control, to humiliate someone, especially after a breakup or a conflict. And that's literally what is happening to me right now. This behavior, it causes real emotional and psychological harm. And it's a sign of like control, and it's abuse of power.
I don't think that means what she thinks it means. Abuse of power is like if you're somebody's boss and you coerce them into doing something, or you share something of theirs because you have power over them. Or like if you're a police officer and you coerce somebody, that's abuse of power. I don't think just having the picture would be considered abuse of power.
So now many places actually treat revenge corn as a criminal offense, recognizing that it's a serious form of sexual.
Do you hear the little threatening undertones here? Also, I love that Amberlynn Reed is talking to us about somebody having control, like abusing control. Your lack of self-awareness is staggering.
Misconduct that no one should ever have to experience. So if you are someone looking at these images and you're laughing about it, or you're a reaction channel laughing about it.
So I mention reaction channels on the bingo card right here, but I do remember it later. So don't worry, I'll get this one.
And no one is speaking up for this. You are just as bad. You are also the problem, because you cannot speak about, oh, I'm against sexual harassment, but be kind of in like la la land when it comes to this kind of sexual harassment.
So here's the thing. I don't know what's in those pictures, and I don't care, and I don't want to know what's in them. My point is just, if it's actual nudity and actual like sexual acts and things like that, then yes, it would be revenge corn, and that is bad. Obviously, that's terrible. It shouldn't happen to anybody. It sort of depends on what it is, whether it's legally considered revenge corn or not, right? I still think it's pretty scummy if Erica and Brittany did share that stuff, whether it's legally revenge corn or not. Like, just sharing any of that is pretty scummy of them. And yeah, they suck too. But knowing Amberlynn, she tends to blow things out of proportion and exaggerate and make things seem worse than they are. So, I don't know. I just don't take her word for anything, you know?
That's contradictive. I understand I'm Amberlynn Reed and I'm not liked, but it's not okay, because this is also just as bad.
I mean, really, regardless of what's being shared, the fact that it's being shared is pretty shitty, right? Erica and Brittany, if they are the ones that are sharing it, that's pretty scummy. They suck. You know, it's not that I'm downplaying it because it's Amberlynn and I just don't like her. it's because I don't trust anything Amberlynn says. She has been known to make things so much worse than they really are.
And in the voice memo sections, the community tab sections, like, do not mention them because I will not speak about it. I genuinely have to pick and choose what is the right option for me to protect my peace. And I also want to
keep my peace. It should be protect my peace. I'm going to count it because that's what I meant to say. In fact, I'll change it. Before you guys see it, it will say protect my peace. I don't know why I said keep my peace, but it's the spirit of the square.
protect the peace of the people around me, because more than anything else, that is what matters to me the most.
I mean, yeah, that's great. You can say that all you want, but A, how exactly are you going to do that other than just... I honestly don't even know. I guess pretend to ignore people online or just... I don't know. I'm not sure what she thinks she's going to do to protect the peace of the people around her. And again, I think it's funny that she's acting like some, you know, powerful matriarch that's protecting her family. Like, I don't think they need your help.
Hello. So it is the next day. Today I am filming my what I ate today video. I currently have my leftovers from last night, just warm it up in the microwave.
I'm not even sure how to describe how stupid this is, but she makes, 4 or 5 different types of videos throughout the week. And her big vlog that's supposed to show like her life overall is just showing the behind the scenes for those videos, because that's all she does. That's her entire life, is just filming these videos and then nothing, sitting around doing nothing, because there's nothing else for her to do. So there's nothing else for her to film for a vlog.
More optimistic and positive today, and I just want to say thank you guys for the support. It genuinely means the world to me. I know there's going to be a large portion of...
I'm going to go ahead and I've gotten so much support, because that's what she's saying here, is that, there's so many of you out there that are giving me support, and she's thanking them for it.
The people who don't like me, don't believe anything I say, will never support me no matter what, but there's also a large portion of you who do support me and do send those positive vibes, and I feel them and I cherish them. I literally cherish every single one of you, so thank you so much.
Oh, took Twinkie for a walk. Bada boom. I still think there are too many Am babies, but I'm also fairly certain there are not nearly as many as she's claiming.
Aren't Twinkie's little pick up the poo-poo bag so cute? Aren't they so cute? So I know for sure I did an Amazon haul in my last weekly vlog, but we have another Amazon.
Oh man, got Amazon. I'm getting a lot of squares, but I need them to go in a line somewhere. Come on now.
Haul. I just buy random things that I think that I need or that I want. So maybe like a weekly mini Amazon haul might be part of the vlogs. We'll see. So first things first, I got some of this.
Okay, let's listen to that again. Let's listen to her describe like the way she thinks about Amazon hauls as far as like whether or not it's content.
I just buy random things that I think that I need or that I want. So maybe like a weekly mini Amazon haul might be part of the vlogs. We'll see.
I mean, it really is like, I just buy random shit, and so that's just my content, That's something that I think is interesting enough to show you guys, is just the random crap that I buy. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I would think that Amazon hauls were supposed to be for like if you buy interesting things, or if you're gonna like try them out. I don't know. I don't get it. It's just because she has nothing else to do. She has nothing else that she could film to make content out of.
First things first, I got some of this cheese spray. As you guys know, I put the actual like oil stuff in my hair.
Mentions her hair. Man, we are getting close, you guys.
It works really, really good. It helps with the frizz. And this is just a spray. It's helped to protect the hair because I have been straightening my hair a little bit more lately. I needed some more foundation, so I used the Fit Me and Dewy and Smooth in 115 Ivory, my fave. I need a new makeup brush, so I got one in the brand Kashima, which I've never used before, but it had a lot of good reviews. Literally just looks like this. So I think that is gonna be a good foundation brush. It's nice and soft.
Okay, she's showing a makeup brush that she bought. If she was sponsored, this would make sense, but she's not. She's just doing this because she has no life at all.
Soft. I have been seeing so many good things about this mascara. I wear the same mascara every single day, but this Tarte tubing mascara, it is a little pricey. It's $27 for this guy, but I've heard great things. So I'm gonna be trying that out. I needed some bobby pins because those also get up and walk away, just like my hair ties. So I'll be like in the car and I'll look down at me and I'll be like, oh my God, I have so much like dog and cat fur. And I'm like, damn, I wish I had a lint roller.
She'll be in the car. I guess that the point of that is that she has something she can take with her as like a travel thing. And I think she said that because if she showed a portable anything, people would be like, why do you need a portable anything? You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. So she had to make sure you knew it's because when I'm in the car with my mom, you guys.
In my purse. So it's actually made for travel or made for people who want to put it in their purse. It has this like ball in there that is sticky. So I don't know, thought it was cool. And that'll fit a lot better in my purse instead of like a lint roller. So as you guys know, my last Amazon haul, I said I was supposed to get a Fitbit, but I couldn't find it. I found it, but it was opened. The package looked hectic. This guy went through a lot to get to me, but I got the Inspire 3 Fitbit.
Oh, good. You know, she really needs a Fitbit. Another one. In fact, I wonder if she's got like a drawer full of Fitbits because she's bought at least like 3 or 4. I mean, at least probably 10 by now, but it's again, it's just another tchotchke, another thing that she can buy to pretend like she's doing something, right? It's like there's a part of her that feels like if I buy this thing, I'm actually accomplishing something, right? Like having this thing is an accomplishment. It's showing that I'm serious and that I'm actually working this program or I'm actually, doing the thing. But it's just a waste of money because the steps aren't really the problem, right? I mean, yeah, it would be nice for her to get some exercise, but it's her diet. That's the problem. There's a saying you can't outrun a bad diet. And for the most part, that's true. Not that she's going to be running anywhere, but you get the idea.
Last but not least, like I did another one. I have tons of Legos, tons of builds I've never even opened, but I saw this one and really wanted to get it. It's the Wednesday one. So I'm gonna add this to my collection of ones that I have not even opened. I actually have them all down here. But yeah, so that is my little...
Wow, so she just spends hundreds and hundreds of dollars on Legos and doesn't even open them sometimes. Cool. Yeah, I mean, she deserves all that.
Weekly Amazon haul. You guys, I'm genuinely like, what is happening? So I have talked about this briefly in my Let's Talk video where people are like, oh my God, Amberlynn's using AI for her voice memos. Literally, no, I'm not. And there's one in particular where people are like, oh my God, here's proof that she's using AI.
When she says literally no, it's a pretty good sign. So I just released a video today with some AI voices, and it obviously doesn't prove that she's using AI, but it just shows how realistic AI can sound. So if you're listening to it and you're like, I don't know, that sounds pretty real. Some of them, they sound pretty damn real. So
the one that people think that I'm using AI for, I am going to actually do a screen recording of actual voice memo. I'm not going to show the username.
Hi, Amber. Mike from Washington, D.C. here. I've been a long...
This is not the big one. Like, this is not the obvious one, which this one sounds like AI. But no, the one that is obviously AI is the one that called her cute.
Long-time viewer, going back many years, even since the Crystal era. I do have one question. If someone were to watch your entire YouTube history in the form of a documentary, do you agree with that version of yourself?
I'm noticing that people are thinking actually both of the male voices that I had in my Let's Talk video is AI, which is so absurd. So I'm also going to show you the other one.
Hi, Amberlynn. My name's Chris, and I'm a huge fan of yours. I really admire how you consistently stay so positive in the face of so much negativity.
This doesn't prove anything. I mean, yeah, you could send yourself a voice memo of the AI. Like, I don't know what you're hoping to prove here. The only options for this one are somebody sent her an AI voice or she made an AI voice, because this is 100% AI. It just is. So this doesn't prove anything. She got sent an AI voice somehow, whether it was from somebody else or from herself, it happened. And I'm also kind of wondering if maybe she has like talked Eric into doing some AI stuff and sending it to her. That would make sense, because that way she wouldn't have to do it, because that'd be extra effort she'd have to put into something. And she still gets the voice memo sent to her. So I don't know.
And truth be told, you're really cute.
Okay, you guys get the point. I'm not going to do the whole 45 seconds. But there's no way I can prove to you guys that these are actual real voice memos, because the way I do it in my Let's Talk is it's my first reaction. And there's no way I can show it to you guys. And if it wasn't going to be my first reaction, that would be the only way that I can prove it, because then I can screen record the voice memos. But that's not the way I want to do it. They're real and they're authentic. Am I sending it to myself? No. Am I doing it? No. But I'm not sitting here making AI voice memos. Literally.
Okay, it is surprisingly easy to do. I mean, it really, really is. In fact, it's kind of fun. And I think Amber would enjoy doing it. So I can see her doing it. And at the very least, like, and I'm not saying all of them are AI, but there are definitely some that are. And the ones that aren't are 100% absolutely, no doubt, cherry picked. She is going through and picking them out. So while she pretends like that's her first time hearing it in that video, it's just not. She definitely at least picked them out if she didn't send them to herself. Because she gets overwhelmingly negative, comments and responses and things like that. She got 25,000 dislikes and 7,000 likes on the last 10 videos of hers. So the idea that she could take 15 voice memos and they all be nice and be, kissing her ass, like, it's just not possible.
People are actually sending them to me. I can understand wanting to send in a voice memo but not wanting to use your voice. So that's the only way I can understand it. I have almost 80,000 followers on Instagram, and I make sure to post on my story when I'm doing voice memos. You actually think I'm not going to receive any at all? I have hundreds.
Oh my God, I don't know what this is about, but we're not saying that you're not receiving voice memos. We're saying that you are cherry picking them. Now, the only bit of credit or the only benefit of the doubt that I will give her in this is on Instagram, she does have a little bit better of a reputation because people over there don't know much about her. They don't know her history and they don't see a lot of her videos on YouTube. They just see her on Instagram. They think she is just a slay queen, fat girl who is living her best life. So I will give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. But once she tells YouTube that she's accepting voice memos, you better believe people from YouTube are going to go to Instagram and start sending her voice memos. Absolutely.
Hey, this is my day today. I'm trying to work on this damn Lego, you guys. Out of 584 steps, I'm on step 524, so we're getting there. I am normally so fast with Legos, but this is just a different breed. I can finish a 2,000 piece in literally just a couple hours. It's crazy. I can't focus on a TV show or a movie to save my life unless I am doing a Lego or unless I'm doing something with my hands, maybe a word search. My attention span is horrific, but with a Lego, I can sit and do it for an hour, a couple hours, as long as I'm listening to something or doing something else with it, if that makes sense. Hello, it is the next.
So that was her entire day. That was her whole day's work, just putting her hair in a weird bun and saying, I normally do Legos really fast and now I'm not. Okay, bye. That was her day of work that she said she needed a break from. Life is tough when you got to do that kind of work.
Next day, and I am mid getting ready. So that means I am mid makeup. So I wanted to try the Tarte, which it's Tartelette, but we all know what Tarte is. It is Tartelette 2B mascara. We're gonna do first impression. All right, here we go. Because I'm telling you, what I have been using has been my favorite, which is the Falsy Surreal Maybelline New York, which looks really freaking good. I don't know. I think this might be one where I'm gonna have to build on it pretty hardcore. So let me build on it and see how it ends up. But I don't know if you guys know this about me. I have a really, really big family. I have a lot of cousins, a lot. So I'm actually gonna be hanging out with
Hey, do you think, okay, so mentioned reaction channels. She did mention reaction channels because she said they were talking about her stepdad or her mom's fiance. And of course she was mentioning them whenever she had her rant about Erica and Brittany. But she did sort of mention them during the stepdad thing, so I was not wrong, I guess. Okay, cool.
them today. And I swear.
While she's putting on makeup, I can kind of look and see what I've missed because this is boring me to death.
Oh my God. One is so funny. He's a teenager and he's like, we need to take photos because my friends don't believe that I have a celebrity for a cousin. And I'm like, be so for real. He was telling my mom that, and my mom told.
If she didn't think she was a celebrity, she wouldn't spend her entire career, every live stream, every video, just talking about herself. When she reaches out to the community for engagement, it's to allow them to ask her questions about herself. So yeah, she thinks she's a celebrity. And I don't think you could really count somebody as a celebrity if when you take a picture with them and then you show somebody that picture and that person says, Who the hell is this?
Told me, and I just thought that was so funny. I can't. But yeah, he's my second cousin. And my first cousin I'm going to be seeing, she's like a year and a half older than me. And when I was 12, she came to visit us in California because she's always lived in Oklahoma. And I just thought she was the coolest person in the world. Like, I was 12, she was like 13, 14. Her nails were colored red. She wore rings on like every finger. And I just thought she was just so cool, you know? It's just so funny to think about, like, and now here we are, like, literally adults. Like, what the hell?
I'm also kind of curious about that cousin's mental maturity, because one of them is probably an adult, you know?
So update on this mascara. I don't know. It's okay. I'm like shocked that it's not as good as I thought it was going to
She's really globbing it on, you know? I mean, it's globby. Is that the word for it? Globby? I think so.
be. It's definitely one of those ones where you have to just continuously add layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers. Wasabi. Wasabi's trying to play with my hair. He has toys. Won't touch them. Tell me if your cat's like that too. I don't know if I should wear my hair in a part or like that.
Ooh, I don't have duck lips. If you got duck lips, that was your opportunity.
Side, in the middle, I don't know. I think today I'm feeling the side part. Hello, hello, it is the next.
That was another day of 15 minutes of filming. And she really, at the beginning of this video, really said, I am working all week on YouTube stuff. I'm just spending so much time working. I just need one day off, one day to rest.
Next day. So I just want to start off by saying, like, I have been disconnected from YouTube during this whole weekly vlog. And I think that's why it made it to where yesterday I did not vlog anything, not even a fraction of my time out yesterday. It was so therapeutic to be around my family. It was enriching to my soul. It was everything I needed. I just felt so loved and I was giving so much love.
That just seems like a weird thing to say, especially when you're talking about just hanging out with your family, saying I felt so loved and I gave so much love. Like, I mean, you're with your family. That's just sort of a given. I don't know why she feels like she needs to say that. Well, yes, I do, because she's trying to convince herself, not us.
Literally one of the best days I've had in so freaking long. I just can't even describe it. I did not want to film any of that. They did give me permission, and even at some points they were like, it's okay, you can film. And my mom was trying to get me to film. I'll show you a picture. They did take a picture of me, my cousin did, of me wearing this cheese hat. Oh my god, because the Packers get it, because I guess they like the Packers. They just had it laying around. I just thought it was really funny. And they were like, oh my god, you should vlog this. And I'm just like, I just want to spend time with you guys, I just thought it was cute that they were like motivating me to vlog, but I like genuinely.
Is this the same family that you were talking about earlier that's like not happy about being talked about on YouTube and stuff like that? I mean, maybe they don't even know that's happening, like her stepdad or whatever, but I don't know. It just another weird thing for her to say, that they were motivating me to vlog, but I just didn't want to. Like, I don't know. She just has such a weird way of looking at things.
I just was there. I was present mentally, physically, emotionally. It was just a really freaking good day yesterday. I ordered Indian food. I got vegetable biryani. I've never had it from this place before. I'm excited to try it. I figured I can give a little taste test. And I also got vegetable samosa, which used to be one of my like favorite things in the world. Like years ago, if someone would be like, so what's your favorite food? There was a phase where I said samosas. So that's what this guy is. It's literally just peas, potatoes, and like Indian spices on the inside. So good. So we have a massive piece of cauliflower. I'm obsessed with biryani, and vegetable biryani is my favorite. Here we have a carrot, that's bomb, which is literally just rice, tons of veggies, tons of Indian spices. You can get this with lamb, which I would never do, or chicken, which I've done in the past. But yeah, I'm sorry for not filming anything yesterday. I just had the greatest time, and I've just been a bit disconnected as well to this vlog in particular, and that's okay. Not every weekly vlog is gonna be up to par. This might be one of the best.
I've been disconnected from YouTube. In other words, I just didn't want to work, Disconnected. She has to think of some special word to make it seem more important than it is, or more serious than it is. What she means is, I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to pull out my phone because I knew I would have to, like, I don't know, pretend to be happy and pretend to give a shit if you guys are entertained. Well, no, she doesn't even do that. She does not care at all if her audience is entertained. She just shows you what she's doing. That's her job.
Best samosas I've ever had. Look how delicious that looks. Oh, by the way, I did order some Torid because Torid dropped a whole section called Nightfall And it's all literally my aesthetic. And I was like, thank you, Torid. You finally did it. I have been waiting. You guys remember years and years ago, like I would buy everything on Torid, but that was when I didn't have a sense of myself. I had no idea what type of style I liked. I didn't know who I.
She's really thinking that she's got like style, like fashion sense right now. And here's the thing. I am no expert. You know, I wear t-shirts and hats. That's my style. But I also don't pretend to be like a fashionista. So I don't know, man. And I guess it's subjective. So maybe some people like the looks that she's putting on, and some of them are fine. You know, some of them are okay. But man, there are some that are so, well, different.
I was at all. And do I 100% know who I am now? Not really. But I do know what kind of clothing aesthetic I like for myself. And I've been new for a minute now. I like darker clothing on me.
Did she say I've been new? Like been K-N-E-W? Been new? I've been new this. That's dumb.
I like darker clothing on me. Blacks, maroons.
And that's because somebody told her at some point that black is slimming. And it is to a certain extent. But I mean, it's not really slimming for somebody like Amberlynn.
Like a darker shades of purple. And I've been waiting for Torid to drop something like this. And they finally did. So yeah, that was actually delivered yesterday. So I have to go to the package room and get it. So in my next weekly vlog, we're gonna be having a Torid haul, folks. Oh my God, look at that delicious cauliflower. Okay, you guys, so I have not done a grocery haul in a hot minute, so let's do one. So first things first, I got some eggs. I'm gonna be putting away some of my groceries as I go, but
All right, over under on whether or not she says milk.
be proud of me. I have a lot of my Indian food left over, and I'm just gonna eat it throughout the day because it was a lot of food. I got cauliflower, 2 things of cottage cheese because I personally love it. It's a good source of protein. You can use it for so many different things. I got garlic stuffed green olives. I got some more small sweet peppers, mini cucumbers, some grapes that I'm actually gonna be freezing. Frozen grapes are so good. I do have to wash these before I freeze them. I got some macarons and
When she said that she was going to wash the grapes, I'm surprised she wasn't like, you know, I'm kind of weird and quirky. I like to wash my grapes before I, you know, put them up or eat them or whatever.
Amy's pesto tortellini TV dinner, a ravioli, a paneer TV dinner, a roast turkey with mashed potatoes, a mac and cheese, and a Swedish meatball. I like having these because it takes away my thinking when I feel like, oh my God, I do not want to cook. Instead, let me order takeout and have thousands and thousands of calories. I'd rather plop one of these in for only 500. I got a bag of this like blueberry chocolate situation type deal. 2 things of
Hey, situation type deal. Oh, all I need is et cetera, et cetera.
Of Italian style chicken sausage, some raspberries, which I recently discovered. I love raspberry. I needed some more minced garlic. So sadly they didn't have a bag just of broccoli. So I got broccoli and cauliflower, which is fine because I do love cauliflower. Some celery. Last but not least, some scallion. All right, you guys, Lego update. This massive book will never be opened again because I finished my damn car. Look at it. It took so long because I like lost my fixation bone. I would have completed it a lot faster.
Again, she always makes things more unique and special than they are. She considers it a fixation and she lost her fixation bone, which obviously she was making a joke about that. But no, what happened is you just got tired of doing it. So again, she just feels normal feelings and she assigns like specific mental health verbiage to it to make it seem like it's more unique and more quirky and more sympathetic. It's not just that she was enjoying it and she stopped enjoying it. It was a fixation and she lost her fixation.
If it wasn't for that, but look, it's actually massive in person. So since I'm done with that build, it wouldn't be an Amberlynn Reed fixation if I didn't start another one. This is my update and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I genuinely think that's going to kind of make it fun because you have no idea what am I building. But I want to show you how tiny the pieces are. That's how easy.
I mean, it looks like it might have something to do with the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, because that's kind of the neon blue and the neon red is what that looks like. So I don't know, maybe.
That's what I'm having to work with, folks. All right, you guys, so it is time for my weekly general reading. So the 3 Oracle decks I'm choosing this week is Life Happens, The Wild Soul, and Feminine Wisdom. So as per usual, I'm going to choose 1 card for each. I am not going to show you my shuffling. I'm only going to show the shuffling per the one time where the universe is like, girly pop, choose this card. All right, so here are the 3 cards. First one is secrets. Second card is the octopus, which is flexibility. The octopus, known for its intelligence and adaptability, symbolizes flexibility and problem solving. Its ability to navigate tight spaces and change color reflects.
See, and this is what it always is, right? Yeah, flexibility and being able to adapt. And of course, Amberlynn's going to go, yeah, that's me. It could say literally anything. It could really talk about any human trait at all. And she would be like, yeah, that could be me. You know, showing strength, being able to overcome, just anything that is positive and somewhat just a human trait that everybody can sort of relate with. And of course, she's going to internalize it. Yeah, that's totally me. This card knows me. The universe knows me, you guys.
The need for fluidity in life. This card encourages you to remain open-minded and adaptable in challenging situations. Be flexible and open to change. Your adaptability will help you find solutions to your current challenges. And then this one is boundaries, dividing line. This deck is so beautiful. And I got card number 34.
See, and that's how cold readers work, right? Those like mediums that they start really, really vague. And then once they start getting more specific, then they start letting you connect the dots because they don't know jack squat. These cards don't know jack squat. It's just letting you use your imagination to connect it to yourself. Like those cold readers on the specific stuff, they'll say like, okay, I'm getting socket wrench. Does that mean anything? And they'll go, well, I mean, no, nobody I know has ever had anything to do with a socket wrench. But one time my grandpa plugged something into a socket and he did have a wrench in his garage. So, I mean, that could be it. Socket wrench, you know? Yeah, that's Grandpa Herman. Yeah. Oh, and the medium says, Grandpa Herman says hi. He said he's doing fine. He misses you, you know?
Which I'm 34 years old. This card is a sign that clear boundaries need to be made, whether it is with a family member, work, or putting too much of yourself into efforts that are going unseen. Saying yes when you want to say no is a betrayal of your own heart. Damn, that's deep. This is also usually a sign of a deeply...
I kind of zoned out there for a minute. Let me see what she thought was deep.
Or putting too much of yourself into efforts that are going unseen. Saying yes when you want to say no is a betrayal of your own heart. Damn, that's deep. This is also usually a sign of a deeply rooted need.
What's it deep? Saying yes when you want to say no is a betrayal of your own heart. Sounds like gobbledygook to me, but leave it to Amberlynn to think just vague, silly platitudes, positive platitudes are deep. This is so deep, you guys. Mariska Hargitay. Also, what on earth could she be talking about saying yes when you want to say no? Like, she doesn't do anything she doesn't want to do. So what could she even be talking about?
Is also usually a sign of a deeply rooted need for approval or fear of not being liked. Having clear boundaries is a love language to oneself.
Yeah, that weird thing that only a few people, struggle with or think about is, not being liked. That's something that so few people ever have to deal with that could really be specific just to her,
I don't share everything that is obviously going on in my life. It could be the tiny things, it could be the huge things. It's always been like that. But as I've gotten older and more mature, I've learned how to separate the two. Like, I can still do YouTube and share some personal things, but I need to respect myself. I need to respect the people around me, and I need to keep some things offline. And I think this reading very much is talking about something that I don't talk about on YouTube. So this is a reading that I should have done by myself, not on camera.
And it's funny that she says, I've just got to leave some stuff offline. Like, good luck with that. She's real good at doing that,
And I'm going to have to be vague, and that's okay. Sometimes that's how it's going to be. This reading for me is telling me that there are things in my life that I am not talking about out loud. Things that do hurt.
And over under on her picking these specific cards, because she's editing it, right? You can see the cuts when she's picking the cards. And something tells me that she wanted to hint that there's something special going on in the background that I just can't talk about, you guys. It's very, very secretive. And I'm going to have to keep it offline. I shouldn't have even done this reading. I'm going to leave it in the video, I'm going to leave it in the video even though I said I shouldn't have done this online. But yeah, it's just very secretive. Okay.
Hurt me because it's like I allow them to happen. I don't know how to choose myself in several situations.
Did she really just say she doesn't know how to choose herself in any situations? That's bonkers. I don't even know how to respond to that. That's maybe one of the dumbest things I've ever heard on the internet. And I've heard Friday by Rebecca Black.
So instead, I kind of just like make myself small and allow things to happen that shouldn't. But it's telling me that, Amberlynn, you are capable of like being the source of positive energy that you need. You have always been flexible in life. You are able to handle any situation that you have been confronted with. So you're going to be able to handle this one.
Have you, though? I don't know, man. Your crash outs and just general demeanor when somebody says something you don't like would say otherwise.
As well. Anyways, I'm going to go, you guys. I hope that you did enjoy this weekly vlog, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I just cannot believe she didn't say not gonna lie. She had to have said it at some point, but she says it so much that I can totally see myself missing it, but oh well. But even if I had gotten not gonna lie, it would not have gotten me a bingo anyway, but man, that sucks. Didn't get one today. That's okay. But if you did, if you got a bingo, let me know. This whole video was Amberlynn showing that even after all this time, after all her years on YouTube, she has no idea how the internet works. Like sometimes you can think that she kind of pretends not to know how the internet works, but I just don't think she does. Her getting mad about her stepdad and actually coming on to her video and talking about it when she should know better. She should know that that's just gonna make it worse. In fact, it just put a spotlight right back on it when everybody had stopped talking about it. So yeah, man, she doesn't have a clue what she's doing. And I mean, that's all right. Because guess what? She is stuck in this place. No matter how much she hates YouTube, no matter how much she gets to the point where she just can't stand it anymore, she's stuck here. So guess what? We get to talk about it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.